middle school parking, what, is that on here?
Yeah, I talked about that before, and I guess I'm looking for suggestions. And Brett, did you ever get down and talk to the city?
No, never talked to the city as far as parallel parking out there. I did not.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm just looking for any options to help out the situation, because I have heard people complain about they got to park down at the grade school and all the way to the Catholic church, and I don't know. I don't know what to do.
That's great. That's a good problem, if we're getting that many people there, but.
Yeah, it's fantastic that Denver had it, but I don't know what to say. Anything that you can come up with?
Well, some of the people have been in the community for years. When our high school used to have 100 kids in each class, and we had things going on at the school. Where did people park in back in those days?
Just like they are now, all up and
Up and
down.
down the streets, back up and down those streets.
We have a long Drosville where we don't live that far from the school, and we didn't see any, and now you do, and I just thought it was kind of a great thing. I didn't know it was a problem. I thought, oh, isn't that nice? People are actually over there.
I don't think they use the back part, Dave, where the kids park anyway. Like, there's a practice field,
Right.
and there's a parking lot there.
That gets you.
Yeah, that's always,
During the events that are out, it gets.
Well, if you want to go way back, when my kids were in school, kids were not allowed to drive to school if they lived within 8 blocks of school.
All right.
And
don't drive now.
Pardon?
and they don't drive there now because it's middle school, so we're not.
No, but
that issue.
and so there was no more parking problem than there is now at any time, and we had 1,250 kids in school at that time. So it never was a great problem that I know of. It was never a great problem.
5 times a year, maybe.
Could there be more parking in that area behind the school where they
Concerts.
park now, but maybe
I think
just
it's
park
free.
differently?
You mean expand that lot? or-
Yeah,
Yeah, that's.
there's a lot of area back
Yeah.
there.
Where's that at?
In that back area.
They've got current parking lot a little bit bigger, is what.
I think that'd be smart.
There's a row of trees out there. There's a row of trees that kind of screws it up, because they're not parked where the poles are at. Right. If we're parked where the poles are at, they can just double the size of the lot and put them there, but trees kind of be like where your next row of parking would be. Right.
You can't go east of that lot?
You
double it,
but then you have to. That's where you're running into the trees.
Or to the east?
Yeah.
That would be the most normal.
Gravel lots.
That would be the most easier.
How much would you give for the
Or you
parallel?
could just turn the south end or
No,
one of the streets.
we talked about diagonal.
I mean,
I don't know about this.
third.
Why don't,
You
why
expand.
don't we have somebody look at diagonal?
What it takes.
Mark, yeah, I know, Mark, if you're here, all we're looking for is, if they went diagonally, what the difference would be
On the street, you
on the
mean?
street.
How much width it takes for diagonal versus
Okay.
parallel?
You could only probably do it on the one side, correct?
Probably.
I'll
Otherwise, you'd
just
run into
ask Bob
problems.
if he'll look into parking. That, I'll just take care of that. And who do you want him to report to?
Just give me a call.
Okay?
Yeah.
It has been a problem forever, though. Even in the back part, we used to have some problems with that, where there were people parking in front of where beers are and in that area.
That gets loaded up too. On
Yeah.
those nights when it's really, I mean, everybody just drives around the block until you end up finding a spot and you know you've already been that way.
They aren't supposed to park there,
But it's, like I said, it's not very often, it's just the concerts, basically. Just
Mark,
yeah.
look at both streets.
5 times a year.
On both sides of the school.
Okay.
Well, if it's only 5 times a year, I'd just take 2 poles out of the gravel and let them go on the grass.
I know that there are some regulations about how wide the street has to be after you diagonal park, because they were looking at that at the rec center to diagonal park.
It's on that one way though, so it's only.
Yeah, well, that's on a one-way too, and that was not, they weren't able to do it, but I'll have them check on
I
it.
think 11th Street was wider than 12th. I think the one that runs in front of the school is a wider street. But I don't know if it's wide enough.
And keep in mind, buses are on that street as well, stopping.
It sounds like we need to look at two
We'll
things,
check on it.
diagonal parking on those streets, and maybe go look at that current smaller lot and what, if there's any
They
possibility
used to
of.
practice there.
I look
Not
at
very much.
them trees are right. where
They're
you
right,
should
they're
have
gonna be right in the road.
Did they march there?
So if you do that, Barb, that appreciate that.
I will.
Okay,
Take care of it.
okay, thank you.
Oh, 5 times times a year, you'll tear up the grass.